Thank you all for attending the City of Middletown IDA meeting for January 23rd, 2023. We're going to begin today with the clerk swearing in the members of the board.
Good afternoon. Please stand. And you'll repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Wayne Hawkins,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of member of the Industrial Development Agency
of member of the Industrial Development Agency,
and chairman of the Industrial Development Agency,
Chairman, thank you.
according to the best of my ability.
According to the best of my
to
ability.
my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
I do apologize. Today is the 24th of January, not the 23rd. We begin our meeting with a roll call. Mr. DeStefano is absent today. Mr. Siegerman.
Here.
Ms. Nemeth. Here. Mr. Cantoli.
Here.
Mr. Hawkins.
Here,
Mr. Brito.
Here.
And I am Mr. Madden, present. We begin this meeting with the reorganization. We need a nomination for the chairman or chairperson of this board.
I'd like to nominate Dave Madden for chairman.
second,
Any discussion? We need to take a vote for that chairperson, for David Madden for chairman of the board. Mr. Siegerman.
Yay.
Ms. Nemeth. Mr. Cantoli.
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins.
yes,
Mr. Brito.
Yes.
And I do accept. Thank you. We also need to move forward with an election, a nomination for a vice chairperson of the board.
I'd like to nominate Wayne Hawkins.
And I would second that nomination. Any discussion? We need an election. Mr. Siegerman,
Yay.
Ms. Nemeth,
Yay.
where am I? Mr. Cantoli,
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins,
yes.
Mr. Brito?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Thank you for getting my name right.
We need a nomination to appoint our officers. We need an administrative director, a treasurer, and a secretary.
I would move to nominate the Administrative Director, Maria Bruni, the Treasurer, Leonora Liz, Secretary, Patricia Racine.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Any discussion? All right, Mr. Siegerman,
Yes, yes.
Ms. Nemeth,
Yes.
Mr. Cantoli,
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes,
Mr. Brito?
Yes.
And I vote yes. So earlier this week, we've all received our mission statement. Is that right?
Yes.
And we need a resolution to approve and adopt the mission statement.
So you know there are no changes to the mission statement, same as last year. And like the chairman noted that these were sent out to you via email for your review.
So we have a resolution to approve and adopt the mission statement of the IDA as presented. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve that
Thank you, Mr.
resolution.
Brito. Do we have a second?
second,
Thank you, Mr. Cantoli. Any discussion? Roll. Mr. Siegerman.
Yay.
Ms. Nemeth.
Yay.
Mr. Cantoli.
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins.
yes,
Mr. Brito.
Yes.
And I vote yes. We have a resolution to approve and adopt the bylaws of the IDA as presented. Again, this was presented to us in an email, and you now have a hard copy in front of you.
And no changes as well from last year's bylaws.
I move to approve that resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Brito. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Cantoli. Any discussion? Mr. Siegerman.
Yay.
Ms. Nemeth.
Yay.
Mr. Cantoli.
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins.
yes,
Mr. Brito.
Yes.
And I vote yes. We have a resolution to approve and adopt the policies of the IDA as presented.
so move,
Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Cantoli. Any discussion?
The same on the policies, and for our new members, all the mission statement, bylaws, and policies all get submitted to the state. We do reporting, annual reporting, so these are all submitted, and they are also on the state and the city website published.
Is there any questions or discussion? Mr. Seigerman,
Yay.
Ms. Nemeth,
Yay.
Mr. Cantoli,
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins.
Yes.
Mr. Brito?
Yes.
And I vote yes. We have a resolution to approve the meeting schedule, the 2023 meeting schedule, and authorize publication in the Times Herald Record and the City of Middletown website. The schedule is presented in our packet today. The 2023 meeting schedule for the City of Middletown Industrial Development Agency.
It's in our mission statement and bylaws packet. See it on the second page.
Tentative, I'd assume?
There could be changes, yes. But again, we have to publish this on, for the state, for reporting, and it's published on our website and all that, but,
And updates are made on the website.
correct.
I move to approve that.
Thank you, Mr. Brito. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Cantoli. Any questions or discussion about the calendar and its publication in the Times Herald Record and the City of Middletown website? All right, Mr. Seigerman,
Yay.
Ms. Nemeth,
Yay.
Mr. Cantoli,
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins.
Yes.
Mr. Brito?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Also in our packet today is the approval of the minutes from November 17th, 2022. I need a motion to approve those minutes.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. Do we have a
Seconded.
second?
Second?
Thank you, Mr. Brito. Any discussion? Mr. Seigerman?
Yay. Oh, no, I was.
You're
told
going to
that-
abstain?
I want to abstain, I'm
As you're a
sorry.
new member and you were not with us in November. Ms. Nemeth,
Yes.
also going to abstain because you were not with us in November? Our last meeting, the minutes that were from the November 2022 meeting.
Right.
All right. Mr. Cantoli?
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
Mr. Brito?
Yes.
And I vote yes. All right, Leonora, moving on with the treasurer's report.
Good evening, everyone. In front of you, you have the financial report for the period ending December 31st, 2022. I started off with the beginning balance from October, from our last meeting. So the first account, we have the pilot checking account, started off with a balance of $116.63. Has an ending balance of $116.63. Next is the regular checking account. The beginning balance was $467.88. We had a transfer in of $2,400. With that, we paid some bills. One was to Marshall and Sterling for $245, and to our attorney, $160, leaving us with a balance of $462.88. Next, you have the savings account, beginning balance of $3,974.07. We had some fees come in for a total of $506, and then there was a transfer into the checking for the $2,400. That left us with a balance of $2,074.13. We have next our money market, a beginning balance of $111,000, $229.57. We have some interest there, so that leaves us with a balance of $111,247.85. So in total, ending balance as of December is $113,901.49. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Anybody with a question for Leonora? I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Mr. Cantoli. A second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. Any questions or discussion? All right, roll. Mr. Seigerman,
Yay.
Ms. Nemeth,
Yay.
Mr. Cantoli,
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins.
Yes.
Mr. Brito?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Bills and, we also have a resolution to approve, is that right?
Yes.
We have to move on?
Yep.
That's now?
Yep.
All right. We have a resolution to appoint RBT as auditor for the City of Middletown Industrial Development Agency for the year ending December 31st, 2022, and to authorize the chairman to sign the engagement letter. Thank you, Mr. Brito. A second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Cantoli. Any discussion? Mr. Seigerman,
Yay.
Ms. Nemeth,
Yay.
Mr. Cantoli,
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
Mr. Brito?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Bills and communications.
Mr. Chairman, we have two bills today, Times Herald Record for $58.41, and a FedEx for $20.85. These are related to the Polycraft project for the public hearing notice and, FedExing of documents. So those are our only two bills for this month.
Any questions for Maria? Need a motion to approve the payment of the bills.
I would make a motion for the payment of the
Thank you,
bills.
Mr. Hawkins. A second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Cantoli. Questions or discussion? Mr. Seigerman?
Yay.
Ms. Nemeth?
Yay.
Mr. Cantoli?
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
Mr. Brito? Yes. And I vote yes. Unfinished business.
Mr. Chairman, tonight we have unfinished business. We, as you know, Polycraft Industries, we approved their application, and we did an inducement resolution on the project on October 20th. We held a public hearing. The notice was published on November 11th, and we held the public hearing on November 17th, and we had the authorizing resolution that we approved on the 17th. As you're aware, this is a project and for our new members as well. On Midland Avenue, this is going to be bringing 120 full-time equivalent jobs to our city. We've closed on the sales tax lease agreements, mortgage tax agreements. We had the closing on January 11th. The pilot was prepared, but we felt that we wanted to present the pilot because that was being negotiated. We want to present the pilot to the board, and then there'll be a closing held on the pilot. Mr. Zoda is here from Bleakley Platt, who, as you know, is our attorney for the project and for the IDA. So the pilot was submitted to you via email, so everybody had a chance to look at it. And I open to the board if we have any questions or any questions for Mr. Zoda. We would like to move forward and go to closing. Hopefully, it'd be this week, right? We would close on the pilot whenever, do the documents? Yeah.
As soon as they could be signed.
Okay. And then go ahead.
Mr. Zoda, can you maybe just briefly explain to the board, we do have two new members who are not with us in November, or in October and November, and just give a little overview of the Polycraft project and the pilot that you've drawn up?
Certainly. The Polycraft project closed on January 11th, like Maria had advised you. The sales tax exemption was conveyed, and they received a mortgage tax exemption on a smaller acquisition mortgage that they had for the property. They still anticipate closing approximately a $14 million mortgage for the construction financing, and we'll provide them additional mortgage tax exemption at that point. And the other piece that's still active is the pilot agreement, which I believe you all have in front of you now. It provides for the taxes, the tax assessment on the property to stay the same for the next 2 years until the C of O is issued on the new construction. And then we've agreed that the value of the new construction as presented in the plans was going to be another $936,000 of assessment. And then, once the C of O is issued for the next 10 years, that additional $936,000 in assessment would be phased in. The first year, a 90% exemption, all the way down to year 10 when they're fully assessed.
So just to be clear, the current tax jurisdictions in the city of Middletown, the county of Orange, and the school district, Middletown School District, will continue to receive the same amount of tax dollars from this property for the first 2 years that they've been receiving in the past years. And
Yes.
then, beginning the third year of this pilot, those numbers will start to increase. And I'm just confirming that that's correct.
Correct.
And so at no point will any of these tax jurisdictions ever see a decrease in the amount of money coming into them.
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
And also, we followed our policy that you'll see in the mission statement and policies and when we were negotiating this with Polycraft.
Anybody have any questions about the pilot or any other aspects of the project that Mr. Zoda could help us with or answer for you?
Is this the last step for them? And then they start construction?
Again, like Mr. Zoda said, I believe that there will be another mortgage tax exemption coming forward down the pipe once they get that loan. Is that correct?
Yes, I believe their attorney advised me that it would probably be 2 or 3 months from now when they would close on the construction financing.
We also did receive our fees in full from Polycraft. We realized with admin fee for 2023, we realized $148,203 that they paid in full to the IDA. And they paid Bleakley and Platt for attorney fees directly. And Rudy, we already did the authorizing resolution to allow the chairman to sign the documents for the pilot. And so we could just, like I said, we felt that that was the last piece. We wanted to bring it forth to the board and not close on it on January 11th. So we just wanted to make the presentation today, and that should be it, right?
One more chance for anyone to have any questions or comments.
I got one question. What is the hourly wage of the employees that'll be employed there?
The wages, annual, we have here. You're looking at, starting at, they have unskilled factory, starting at $39,250, skilled factory, about $47,840, and then it goes up, like management, about $73,000. Then they have a pressman, and then executive levels, like pressman, they're anticipating 58,000 and change job, and then the executive management levels around over 100,000, 104,000. So, good quality paying jobs, 120 of them coming to this project, and
Perfect.
thank you.
Any other questions for Mr. Zoda? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it for our unfinished business.
Yes.
New business.
Just a reminder to turn in the sexual harassment training questionnaires and acknowledgement of receipt. Sign the fiduciary acknowledgement, certificate of independence, and the board self-evaluation. And if you could turn some of this in soon, because we have to submit this to the state. For the 2 new members, the board self-evaluation is for year 2022, so you don't have to fill that one out. But the rest, if you have any questions, please see me or Patty, and we could help you with it.
Anything else, Maria?
That's it.
I need a motion for adjournment. Thank you, Mr. Brito. A second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Have a good day.